the more that these prophecies come to pass, man. The more we push out these truths, the more that prophecies start to speed up, man. And the closer we are to being out of this hellhole, man. All right? Matter of fact, let me get Isaiah 11 and 11, man. Like I said, our people were scattered amongst all these different places, man. Our people were scattered amongst all these different nations, man. All right? And they come out looking like different nations. They come out looking like different nations, man. Ain't everyone gonna look like a so-called Negro, like a so-called straight up Latino, straight up Native American with the feather in his ear? Ain't nobody. Listen, man. We've been scattered, man. Okay? So we come out looking like different nations, man. It's all about the spirit, man. It's all about whether you are an Israelite through blood, man. And if you are, then it's going to come out through the spirit. All right? This is Isaiah 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. All right? So that means our people are going to be scattered amongst all these different nations. All right? And after a few generations, they're going to start looking like those different nations. But what determines your nationality? What determines what race you are? All right? Because the word race comes from the Latin raza, which means seed, man. So it matters who your forefather is. That's all that matters, man. Okay? So if your forefather's an Edomite and your mother's an Israelite, you're an Edomite, man. All right? If your father's an Ishmaelite and your mother's an Edomite, then you're an Ishmaelite. So on and so forth, man. Who you are is not determined by your mother, okay? Like the so-called, like them Jewish people teach, man, which has nothing to do with the Bible. It's determined by who your father is, okay? If your father's an Israelite, I don't care how much generations back, if you don't look like an Israelite, all right? It doesn't matter if you don't look like an Israelite 100 generations back, man, okay? But if your forefathers are Israelites, then listen, man, you're an Israelite, man. It doesn't matter about how you get it, man. Okay? Although that is an indicator, we know that the Edomites are identified by their look, man. All right? The Edomites have a specific look about them, man. Okay? The Israelites have a specific look about them in general. But when you come into this time, the time that we are scattered amongst all these different nations, we laid with those different women. Listen, man, Israelites love to have sex, man. All right? So we lay with these different women, okay? Had children that looked like these different nations, all right? Over time, they had the customs, they wore their garb, they ate their food. But at the end of the day, what were they? They were Israelites, man. They were Israelites, okay? And that's through the spirit. I seen he was an Israelite through the spirit, the way he was walking. He had the bob, he was bumping. You hear him bumping Cameron in his headphones, man. All right? You know, listen, man. Israel has a certain spirit to them, man. Let me get matter of fact, let me get something real quick, man. Let me get Romans 8 and 11. Israel has a certain spirit to them, man. Our spirit can't be mocked, man. Can't be copied, man. It tried to be copied. All right? You look all around the world. You look at China. They're trying to do that Israelite thing. They're trying to be them, you know, rappers and all this, man. But really, when it breaks down to it, you can't copy. You can't really copy, man. You could try, but you know what I'm saying? But if you're not an Israelite, it's gonna be something off about it, man. Okay? You're not gonna have the full package. Okay? Let me get Romans 8 and 11, man. Okay? This is Romans 8 verse 11. Okay? But if the spirit of him that raised us, Yahushai, Salakia. So I'm looking for Romans 8. Oh, Salakia. I'm looking for Romans 8 and 16. Salakia. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Alright, so it's the Spirit that revealed that, man. Alright? It wasn't, the reason why we woke up, man, wasn't necessarily because of even though there is secular history that shows that, right? There is relics that show that, alright? There's certain things that we used to wear, the names that we had in slavery. But that's not the reason why we woke up, man. We woke up through the Spirit, the preaching of the Word, man. We believe the words, man. That's the main part, all right? Because none of us can really go back and trace our lineage all the way back to the man named Jacob. No, it's through the prophecies, man. It's through us linking it up, all right, with the history and all that, all right? That's how we know that we're Israelites. And that's spiritual, man. Okay? So for you to say that being an Israelite is all physical, it's all the way the person looks at them and that's what determines he's an Israelite, you're carnal, man. Alright? You're carnal. Okay? You have Israelites that don't look nothing like the average Israelite, man. Okay? They don't look like the average Israelite. Guess what? Don't even act like the average Israelite. You got Israelites out there, man. Okay? So this is a spiritual thing. The thing that we're doing is spiritual. It's going to wake up who wakes up. That's why we have brothers in the camp pushing this word out that look like Edomites, man. That's power, man. They look like so-called white people, but they're cursing out so-called white. They're cursing out Edomites, man. All right? Saying they're going to go into slavery, man. That's power, man. All right? That's power. Okay? For you to look like that and still curse them out, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that you have, their mothers might be Edomites, their aunties might be Edomites. All right? That's the Spirit of the Heavenly Father doing that, man. Okay? Because like I said, man, who you are is determined by your forefathers. It's not determined by your mothers, man. Alright? Who you are as a nation is determined by your forefather. Okay? It's always been that way. You look at those ancient movies, it says what? I'm the son of such and such, son of such and such. Okay? They don't speak about their mother. Why? Because that doesn't determine your nation. Your nation doesn't determine your household. Okay? Let me read Numbers 1 and what's that, 18? This is Numbers 1 verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward, man. So they declared it by the house of their fathers, man. And your pedigree means your lineage, okay? They looked at the forefathers, they said, okay, he's a Levite, all right? Oh, he's a Judite, he's a Benjamite, he's a Ephraimite, okay? So on and so forth. It wasn't determined by their mother. Matter of fact, let me read that again, man, okay? This is Numbers 1 and 18, all right? And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls, man. Okay? So they determined who their father, what their pedigree was based upon their father, and it's always been that way. All right? In this society that these Edomites have created with confusion, all right? The people say I'm quarter this, a part this, but there's no such thing, all right? You are who your forefathers. That's why if an Israelite, right, the so-called black man lays down with like an Edomite woman, right? That kid is still gonna have that flavor of an Israelite man. He's still gonna have the flavor. Okay? He's still gonna probably be able to dance, be able to, you know, do certain things, have certain talents, all right, that Israelites have, all right, that we have. Okay? Why? Because it's based upon his father. But it doesn't work the same way with our women. If our woman, if a so-called black woman gets with a so-called white man or an Edomite, that kid's gonna be awkward, man. That kid's gonna be off, man. He ain't gonna have the talent that he's supposed to have, man. He ain't gonna have the spirit that he's supposed to have, man. Why? Because it's based upon your forefather. It's not based, your nation is not based upon your mothers, man. It's based upon your fathers. It's always been that way. Okay? Let me read that again, man. This is Numbers 1 and 18, man. Because a lot of these Israelite groups, they believe that based upon how you look, no matter what the scenario is, man. Alright? automatically, if you look a certain way, you're an Edomite. If you look a certain way, you're an Ishmaelite. You're this or that, man. No, but they don't deal with it spiritually. Okay. But what did the Heavenly Father say to Samuel when he was going to go find King David, man, who the king was, man? He said, "Don't look upon the outward appearance, because that's not how I look at things, man. All right, He looks upon the inward, right? Okay." Okay, so these Edomites talking about, oh, they hate us. They hate us because we're white and this and that. No, man, we hate you because you're Edomites, man. And according to the Bible, you're going into slavery because of your actions, man. Because of what you've done. It's not because of what you look like. All right. Yes, you don't look normal, but that's not the point, man. The point is, it's based upon your spirit, what you have done. All right. That's what you're getting judged for. You're not getting judged because of how you look. That's a lie, okay? But that's the narrative that the Edomites like to push out there, man. And that's why they keep pushing this thing of black Hebrew Israelites. We're not black Hebrew Israelites, we're Israelites. We are the Hebrew Israelites, the only Israelites, all right? The true Israelites according to the Bible. And it consists of the so-called Negroes, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? Not just only so-called black people. We have so-called Latinos and Native Americans as well, all right? So that's what it's about. It's about a seed line. It's about a nation, all right? That's what it's about. And you Edomites are going to be destroyed because of what you've done, man. What you've done to the nation of Israel, all right? The Most High is going to destroy you for that. He's going to put you in slavery under us, man. And we're not going to treat you nice, man. We're going to treat you double of what